So for the appendicular skeleton, we have the pectoral girdle, and that includes the clavicle, which is located right here. And then attached to the clavicle, we have the sternoclavicular joint, which is this section right here where the clavicle meets with the sternum. And then over here, where the acromion is located, we have the acromioclavicular joint, where the acromion meets the clavicle. Followed by this, we are going to point out the coracoid process, which is located right here, and this would be the coracoid process. Following the coracoid process is the glenoid cavity, and the glenoid cavity is located right here and posterior to where the coracoid is located. We also have the spine of the scapula, which is this section of bone right here. Then we also have the supraspinous fossa, and that is located right here in this area. This is the supraspinous fossa. Then the infraspinous fossa is this section down here. This is the humerus. This is the head of the humerus inside here. This is the greater tubercle on the outside. This is the lesser tubercle. Then we have the deltoid tuberosity, and that is located right here where there's this indentation, this ridge on the bone. After the deltoid, we have the medial epicondyle, and that is located down here on this portion of the humerus bone. The lateral epicondyle is located right here on the opposite side from the medial. And then we have the coronoid fossa, and the coronoid fossa is located right here in this indentation. I should say on this side, so it's right here. And then after the coronoid fossa, so the ulna goes into this coronoid fossa, so this indentation is connects to the ulna. Then we have the capitulum, and the capitulum is located right here, and this is where the radius and the ulna articulate with this bone. Trochlea, and the trochlea is this this thing right here where the metal bar is in the middle. That is where the trochlea is, and the trochlea articulates with the ulna and the radius as well. Then we have the olecranon fossa, and that is located right about so back here. This portion right here is where the olecranon fossa is, and this is where the olecranon, or the elbow, connects with the humerus. In continuation of the brachium, we have the antebrachium, and part of the antebrachium is the ulna and the radius. And then for the radius, this is the head of the radius. And then back here we have the olecranon, or the elbow, as we like to refer to it. As part of the ulna, we have the coronoid process, and that is this right up here. We have this ridge right here, and that is where the coronoid process of the ulna is. Following that, we have the styloid process of the ulna, and that is down here at this juncture where the ulna and the humerus would typically be connected. So the radius has the head of the radius, as I mentioned earlier, and then we also have the radial tuberosity, and that is this protrusion right here, followed by the styloid process, and the styloid process of the radius is down here. Now we're going to focus on the carpus, and the carpus includes from, we have the scaphoid over here, and then we have the lunate, and that would be this in the middle, followed by the triquetrum, and that is this over here. There's a small portion over here of bone, and then we have the pisiform, and this is right here on the outskirts over here. Then we have the distal row, which includes the trapezium, and the trapezium is right by the thumb, so that is right here. Then we have the trapezoid. The trapezoid is located right by the index finger, so that would be about right here. Then we have the capitate, and the capitate is located right by the middle finger, and so that would be right about here. Then we have the hamate, and the hamate is right near the pinky and the ring finger, so that would be this junction right here. So all the bones right here in the carpus form the wrist joint, except for the pisiform, and the pisiform is this over here, this juncture over here. Then we have the metacarpus, and the metacarpus includes, I'm sorry, not metacarpus, metacarpals. The metacarpals include these down here, so all of these segments of the phalanges are the metacarpus, and then the remaining are the phalanges. Now we're moving on to the pelvic girdle, and the pelvic girdle includes the coxal bones. So the three coxal bones that make up the coxal bone are the ilium, and this would be this plate right here. Then we have the pubis, which is this portion right here. The ischium is down here in this region. Acetabellum is right here where the leg portion connects, and it is right there in that indentation. Where the two pubic bones fuse together is known as the pubic symphysis, and then down here in this open space we have the obturator foramen. This outer ridge is known as the iliac crest. Then we have the anterior superior iliac spine, and that is this this section right here, actually, where there's the protrusion, where there makes a ridge right here on the side of the ilium. And then we have the iliac fossa, and that is located right here, actually. This plate is the iliac fossa. This space right here is known as the crater-sciatic notch. This pointy, sharp edge right here is the ischial spine, and then we also have the ischial tuberosity, and that can be seen down here in this region. Femur, head of femur, greater trochanter, lesser trochanter, and we have the adductor tubercle right here on this side. Then we have the lateral epicondyle out here. Then we have the medial epicondyle right here on this edge. We have the medial condyle right here and the lateral condyle. We also have the patella right here. So this is the tibia, fibula, this right here where the fibula and the tibia meet is right at where the head is of the fibula. Then we have the superior tibiofibular joint, which is in this same area. We have the medial condyle of the tibia, that is right here. We have the tibial tuberosity, and that is this ridge right here. We also have the inferior tibiofibular joint, and that is down here. Then we have the lateral malleolus, and that is over here. We have the medial malleolus over here on this side. Here at this portion, this is the lateral condyle. Now focusing on the feet of the skull, we have the talus right here, and the talus articulates with the tibia and fibula superiorly, and the strong calcaneus, and that is back here, which is also known as our heel. So we have the cuboid, and that's located right here at this portion. We also have the navicular, and that is up here. We have the medial, intermediate, and lateral cuneiform bones, and those are located, so right here, up here by the hallux is the medial cuneiform, and then over here in the middle is the intermediate, and then we have the lateral cuneiform located over here. We also have the metatarsus, and those are this section of bones right here. Then the end of the rest of these are known as the phalanges, as well as the fingers. And like I said earlier, this is the hallux.